This is a film about how I do a gentle exercise class for people who've been through cancer treatment, and it's intended specifically for the people who I'd normally see at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. You know who you are, and if you're one of those people, I just want you to know that I'm missing you and I hope I see you soon. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is go through the routine that we usually do and just try and get the heart rate up a little bit and for everything to feel a little bit familiar, because I know it's a funny old time. If you're watching this and you haven't been to a class with me, just some things to know. If you're currently having cancer treatment, if you have any problems with your heart or your joints or your back, if you have any sports injuries, and if you have any issues with high or low blood pressure or high cholesterol, will you get in touch with me just separately and we'll talk through what you've got going on, and if you're fine to do it, by all means join in. Okay, this is what we normally do on a Tuesday afternoon at 3, everybody. So we start with a little mobilization, and we're just going to get the main joints and the bigger muscles moving. So we start at the floor and we circulate the feet, point and press the toes, just get the ankles moving. Okay, and move up to the knees, bringing the feet forward. In my knees creaking there. Just starting to feel some movement through the knees, through the muscles in the legs. Excellent, and we bring the knees up, movement through the hips. Just starting to feel, you might start to feel a little bit warm. Normally when we do this on Tuesday afternoons, somebody gets hot really quickly. Those of you who've had cancer treatment that involved hormones, you'll know what it does to your body temperature. So expect to feel a little bit warmer while we do this, and if you need to, open the window, open the door, I might in a minute. We're going to circle the shoulders, feel some movement through the shoulders, feel them creaking, and we're going to shrug up and shrug down. If you've got any tension in your neck, just see if we can let it go a little bit, try and relax the neck. Good stuff, and we're going to twist really gently, keep your bum still, just coming round side to side, twisting around from side to side to feel some movement through your back, through your spine. Good stuff, and we're going to come side to side. Again, movement through the back, but in a different direction. Good stuff. And then we're going to start to march. And much of what we'll do is based simply on sitting, marching in a chair. This can feel much more hard work than you imagine. You can get hot, you can get your heart rate up, and we can start to do things that involve moving the limbs around this, just to keep moving. So folks, keep a beat with me if you can, and we march. As ever, everybody, if you're doing this, nothing should hurt. If I'm suggesting something that for you for today feels wrong, don't do it, it's fine. If you want to get in touch with me and ask about something that you've got going on personally, by all means do, because I don't want you to do anything that would be a bad idea. But for now, we march. In terms of your posture, sit tall. Try and keep your shoulders back. Try and keep your chest open, chin forward. Look ahead and keep your back long. I'm deliberately sitting on a chair that's back against the wall. It's a good heavy chair. It's secure, it doesn't rock, and it's slid against a wall just so that it can't move while I'm doing this. I'm not leaning on the back of the chair, I'm keeping my back long, and I'm supporting my spine independently, because that means I've got to use my belly muscles. So for as much of this as you can, sit tall and avoid leaning on the back of the chair. We're going to bring the arms up and we're going to squeeze them, and out, and in, and out. Now if any of you are doing this and you have frozen shoulder, if you've had any issues with shoulder surgery or upper body surgery, then this can be small movement. It doesn't need to be big, but if you're up for it, shoulders and elbows back, squeezing in the middle. You'll feel some movement here in the catcher muscles. Squeezing. Nice work. And we go back to marching. And already, I don't know about you, I'm getting warm. So normally at this point in proceedings, I ask everybody how they're doing. And I want to know from you today, because I know it's a funny old time. How are you? How are your energy levels? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling okay. If this is a down day and you're doing this to try and get a little bit more energy, then as ever, deep respect to you. If you're feeling rubbish and you're still willing to exercise, it can only help, I hope. But as ever, do as much of this or as little as you want to do. It's up to you completely. Okay, from here, we're going to tap the heels, okay? Still staying tall, still staying sitting up, tapping the heels on the ground. Feel movement through your knees, feel movement through the quadriceps here. Good stuff. And we're going to bring in a little bicep curl with it. Good stuff. Still, we're sitting tall. We're not leaning on the back of the chair. Holding the spine long, holding the shoulders back. Good stuff. Now, if you're feeling energetic today, then we might make this a slightly bigger movement. We might exchange the feet. You see what I'm doing? I'm lifting both feet off the ground at the same time, just to get a little bit more work for my belly to do, a little bit more work for my back to do, and actually a little bit more work for the heart. So, bit up off. Bouncing the feet if you're happy to, but if not, we're here. Good stuff. Hope you're all still with me. And then we're going to change this to tapping the toes, okay? So there's often a fair bit of tension in the ankles or weakness in the ankles. If you've not been able to be active so much lately, you may have lost some strength and flexibility through the ankles. So as you're doing this, see if you can keep your toe, the middle of your ankle, middle of your knee aligned. I can't necessarily all the time because, like everybody else, I have tension in my legs, but what I'm trying to do is keep a good straight leg as I tap. If you're feeling full of beans, we're going to add in a stretch upward. And again, if you need to protect a shoulder, if you need to protect an area of your body where you've had surgery, then by all means do. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. A couple more of these. Good stuff, and we go back to bouncing. Marching. We go back to marching. Okay, we're going to make this one a little bit bigger too, and again, we're going to reach up and up. Still, if you can, folks, still if you can, your back is long, you're sitting really tall, you're not slumping, you're not going to do this, sitting tall, make the belly work. If you're starting to feel tired here, perfectly acceptable, perfectly expected, because what we're trying to do is work the lower limbs even though we're sitting. And if you've been in a position where you have to sit a lot lately, here will be weaker than it was. So if the tops of your thighs, if your quadriceps are starting to tire, fair enough, make it a smaller movement if you need to. Have a rest if you want to. Okay, from here, again, my Tuesday regulars know this one well. We're bouncing the heels, okay? So feeling some movement in your calf muscles. And I want you to imagine you're holding a big basketball. Okay, can be that big if you like, but you're holding a ball. And in rhythm with your feet, in rhythm with me if you can, we're going to take the basketball out and back. Out and back. And what you're looking to do is still hold your spine long, hold your shoulders back. And with this, lots of movement, if you're able to, lots of movement through your shoulders. Bring the elbows right back, make it a big movement. Excellent stuff. And then in a minute, instead, we're going to pass the ball above the head. Come on. Again, ball in front. And now, keep your feet going. Imagine you're going to bring the ball right behind your head and you're going to chuck it. Full movement through the elbows, just as if you're trying to throw a ball right over your head. Now deliberately, we're raising the arms above the head, makes the heart work a little more, and your arms might start to tire. And if they do, and you're uncomfortable, take a rest. Take a little break. But what we're trying to do is really move here bingo wings, trying to keep movement right through the arm. Good stuff. And then we'll have 8 more presses forward with the ball. As I say, have a rest if you need to. Now, want to concentrate, you've still got your ball. You're going to wriggle to the front of your seat and you're going to make your back really long. Chest is proud, shoulders are back. And you're going to twist and place your ball to one side and then the other. Now, if you have any back issues, and especially if you're living with cancer and it's in your spine, this is a gentle, small movement. Just a little bit of twisting. If you're able to be a bit more bold today, we're going to pick the ball up and place it. Place it down by your hip if you can. And if you're feeling even more bold, we keep the back straight and long. We lean back a little bit so the tummy muscles have to hold you, and we twist, twist, twist. Okay? So what you're really trying to do is you're trying to keep your bum still, and you're trying to feel twisting through the back, through the arms. 2 more on each side if we can, please, people. Excellent. We march again. If you're getting warm, by all means, get a bit of fresh air. If you need a little drink of water, go for it. Half the time when I do this class, somebody tries to disappear off to the biscuit tin. Even that. But we keep going. And I've got 3 more moves for you. So from here, we're going back to this heel tap. And then what we're going to think about is movement through your hips. So you're still keeping your back long, you're holding your tummy muscles. So they're supporting you, they're keeping you tall within your chair. We're going to pivot forward and pivot back. As I say, the people that do this class with me regularly on a Tuesday know this. And then we're going to bring in with it a little bicep curl. So dive the chest forward. Feel movement in your lower back as well as in the limbs that you've been using already. If it's not comfortable, as I say, stop. Make it smaller if you want to. If you're feeling really energetic and this feels comfortable, we can add a little bounce. So that if you can see, my feet are leaving the floor between each movement, but I'm still keeping the back nice and long and straight, diving the chest down. Okay, 2 more. Cool, I'm back to marching. So, there are 2 points during this session where on a Tuesday afternoon it all goes wrong. Here's one of them. You're going to tap right, left, my right, left. Okay? And then again, sitting tall with your belly muscles held. Now, if you've had breast surgery recently, if you've had shoulder surgery, got frozen shoulder, anything like that, we're going to keep the movement here. But we're going to try and feel some movement through the waist and the ribs. So to there. And then if you're feeling lively, if you've got plenty of energy, the arm comes over the head. So, nice big movement, as big as you can comfortably make it. Take the foot out as far as you can, take the arm away from the leg as much as you can, and try and get some real stretch, some real movement through the ribs. Now again, if you want to, we can take both feet off the floor at the same time. We can make this faster, we can make it bigger if you need to, but still, is fine. Two more. And back to marching. And then, within this section of the film, is a pièce de résistance. Out, in. Stay tall. Shoulders are still back. You're still holding on to your tummy muscles and your back muscles to keep it so you're sitting as tall as you can. And I'm taking both my feet wide, both of them narrow. Out and out and in. And because I am addressing people that do this class, you know as well as I do, it goes wrong now, doesn't it? So, where you get the hands to match the feet, arms match the legs. Coming wide, coming narrow. Still, tummy muscles are holding you, shoulders are back, shoulders are down and back, spine is long. And then, if you're feeling up to it, we're going to turn this into a seated star jump. But promise me, you're not slumping, there's none of this. I want you to really look after your lower back. So you're sitting tall, and we're doing star jumps. And we're doing 10, 9, 8. Well done. So that, my friends, is what we normally do as our cardio chair-based session. I'll do a little film next for what we do with strength. Thanks.